So Will, introduce us to Amy. Finally we met.
So Amy is going to head up our Xero practice, having run Xero for her own businesses and helped a number of other startups. We kind of had a conversation a couple of months ago now and decided to sort of join forces and help both of our clients and do it kind of under the Zzip umbrella, but Amy is really kind of leading and managing the practice, largely because I don't have the technical expertise to do that.
Yeah.
I can look after corporate services, payroll and other things, but I cannot manage the accounting.
Yeah.
And so Amy is the answer
Yeah.
to our Xero issues, which is great.
Absolutely delighted to meet you, really, because the whole Zzip proposition is designed to sort of tie together corporate services with an accounting outcome that ultimately just allows people to make informed decisions about where they are in the business. And what I understood the practice of Xero to be over the last few years is kind of like after the fact, let's catch up at the end of the year, debits and credits, and just recording that and then reporting them for audit, and sort of it's either Excel or it's Xero or it's MYOB.
In Hong Kong,
in Hong Kong, yeah. So I've always known strategically the power of Xero, and I've wanted to be able to sort of implement Xero in a strategic way, so that ultimately what I can do is know that my data is sort of maximum 48 hours out of the day, and that I can make informed decisions on about 5 or 6 data points, because that's really all I need in a professional services practice to know. So I had always had an idea for that sort of offering, and actually when we took on Xero here, I kind of had an expectation that's what I was buying, and I pretty quickly realised that I'm not sure that that was actually for sale from the provider that I was buying from. What I bought was a classic kind of experience for the price point, and it was good and it was okay, but it wasn't really of the future, it was kind of of the past. So my experience in the marketplace told me that my intuition towards there being an opportunity sort of was reinforced by my own experience of being onboarded in Xero. But our business partner, Sam McFarlane in Australia, has a business called Abacus Black, which will ultimately go on to become Zzip Australia. And he's been testing and perfecting a bit of sort of, well, it's not a bit, it's quite well thought through IP, which relates to configuring Xero in a particular way, using plugins against particular charts of accounts, looking for a particular sort of efficiency outcome where you kind of reduce the need to interact with Xero, you reduce it down to sort of one person whose job it is to make sure that the inputs are all accurate and timely and all that kind of stuff. So the old adage, garbage in, garbage out, get rid of all of that. Structuring in such a way so that one person's kind of responsible for the implementation of this technical sort of, project, so to speak, and you get the results that you're looking for. So he's been working that IP and that know-how into, I think, about 10 or 15 clients in Abacus Black. So whilst I've never had a conversation with him about his day-to-day sort of experience of what all that looks like, we have documented it in a sort of a PowerPoint form, because we tried to raise money for Zzip and weren't successful at it, and we documented our IP for the purposes of that fundraise, but we haven't actually at this point taken any concrete steps whatsoever to try and sort of deliver that into the marketplace. So that's my vision for the Zzip offering ultimately, and I can see that actually being the lead service offering that we can go to market with, because everybody's got a need for that kind of offering, and as you know, you sell that kind of offering, you can pick up all the other services that go along with that.
Because you can also proactively sell it. Every existing business has an accounting system, or you can say, what's yours like? Can we come and have a look? Maybe you can give a review, see if we can add value, improve what you have, look at the systems that you have. So you can knock on the door and talk to someone about that, whereas when you're selling a company, you can't just phone up everybody in the phone book and say, do you want a company? And it's kind of more, you tell people you're doing it and they'll come to you. But with accounting and with Xero, you can. And what we've been talking about, similar to what Simon and Stephen were talking about, was using Xero as a way of looking forward and managing processes and improving the business, not just a record of what happened last month from an accounting point of view. So, and I think your background in having run a business and looked for a Xero partner and knowing what's out there and what you can actually get and you know what people are charging versus what you need as a business owner is really important, because most accountants who use Xero in Hong Kong were already accountants managing their clients, and then Xero just became another tool, but they haven't really, I don't think, transformed how they manage their clients or their practice. And I think we're, if not the only one of the few, certainly in Hong Kong, that are looking to build that kind of a practice.
I think it genuinely takes an outsider to come in and shake things up. And now, Will and I are certainly not outsiders in the professional services space here, but neither of us have really thought about being sort of having accounting on the leading edge. The rest of the incumbent sort of profession are just wired the industrial economy way. They've always done it that way. No reason to change whatsoever. And it was the same with immigration, in actual fact. So when I came in with the Hong Kong Visa Centre proposition almost 10 years ago, I basically was able to walk in with an information content that answered questions and helped solve problems. We then ultimately went on to sell, as Claire Christensen would have, jobs to be done, but we disaggregated and reaggregated service values. So we know within the individual immigration services space we're selling peace of mind, not the visa label and the passport. In the corporate immigration services space, we're selling the ability to blame us if something goes wrong. So we have now got two complete propositions into the immigration services space that represent that approach to the immigration services market in Hong Kong now. And our competition is still doing it in exactly the same old way. They haven't been able to respond at any level to the approach that we've taken to sort of shifting the landscape, the market landscape here. And I just see this opportunity extending completely through to accounting and professional services as well. My experience has been with immigration clients is that they're looking for a particular outcome, and you've got to give them that particular outcome. And if you've got a proposition that delivers that outcome to them, and you as the expert have the responsibility for demystifying that and then making it achievable and attainable for them. So you manage all the technical inputs, but the client's buying something very simple, like could be just accuracy of data in the business that's only 48 hours old and there's got 7 or 8 key metrics that have to be always accurate. So that kind of outcome, people will pay for that because they're not interested in the mechanics of debits and credits and resolutions and annual return filings and all that kind of stuff. They just want, compliance, right? Yeah, that's a fee, that's taken care of. But if we've got any questions, I know who to call. If there's any problems arising, those guys will take care of it, and it's not really going to cost me anything more. Sorted.
Yeah.
That's my vision for what we're trying to achieve here. Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think it sounds like it's something that should work. Like, I think you're right. I think there is, especially for Xero, there's so many opportunities to automate everything, but you've got to be willing to sort of overhaul your processes, because a lot of people are using outdated systems and things, and then Xero might integrate with a certain system, but you'd have to change that. But then once you have that pain and then you get through it, and then everything, it just does it for you. It just all feeds in, it's all automated, and you can pay for systems to do expenses and payroll and lots of other things, and then then as you say, you just need someone just to keep an eye on it, to obviously it doesn't work seamlessly, so you have to check on it and occasionally fix things or whatever, but on the whole, like most of it, you take away that need for that sort of manual process, so actually you might end up spending less money because you have to spend a bit of time up front to get it working, and then it works pretty seamlessly, and therefore you don't need to pay someone to data entry and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah. That's what I tried to buy, and I couldn't buy it. I perhaps could have articulated that that's what I was looking for, and they would have professionally contrived a response to that, but to me I was basically just telling them what I thought their business should be, so I didn't get involved in it.
That's the thing though, do you give people what they ask for, or do you find out, ask them questions, find out about their business, find out about their needs, and say, okay, you've asked for this, but actually you need this, or you might want to consider this. We can give you what you want, but we can also give you, potentially more. I know most people in professional services in general don't go deep enough to find out the appropriate solution. Someone says, here's money to do my bookkeeping, here's the fee, great, set of accounts 2 weeks after the month end, fantastic. We're going to use Xero to do it, okay, whatever, just send me the reports. There's a huge missed opportunity there to add value to the business.